Let's start. Hi and welcome to this Raycom MR Networks Upgrade webinar. We're glad you joined and we'll strive to keep this meeting efficient and informative. I'm David from the Raycom Product Management team, and here with me are Mark, our Vice President of Sales, and Zdeněk from our Engineering Support team. The webinar panelists and the presentation are being recorded, and we will provide it to you afterwards. We will be answering questions at the end of the webinar using the Q&A Zoom feature. So please use the Q&A button located at the bottom of the Zoom screen to ask questions anytime. We would appreciate if you could include your country and company name in your questions so we know the context of your message. Our plan is to discuss reasons for upgrading and explore capabilities of RIPEX 2 as MR lineup successor. We will introduce complete and well-documented migration strategy, including a case study. We will also shortly explain exciting possibility of hybrid networking based on the new RIPEX 2 and our MIDG cellular router. So let's dive right in. Why should you upgrade? Well, the MR series of radio modems was launched in 2005 as the fastest, most progressive radio modem on the market. Now, its technology is over 15 years old, and compared with current devices, it features slower speed and network capacity. MR also runs a proprietary Raycom OS, which makes any improvements and software upgrades very difficult. Security features, which are often required today, are also missing. Another disadvantage is missing web interface for management and configuration. A simple, proprietary Windows command line interface application is a little old school and would not be appreciated by today's customers. On the other hand, response time of this application, especially when used for remote configuration, will probably never be overcome in the modern IP world. Now, don't take me wrong. People who are using MR radios still love them, but special knowledge is required to operate the system. And this can be a problem for new users because they are not willing to learn old legacy proprietary systems. MR series end of life is near. It is simply not possible anymore to purchase new components, and we now rely on our own pre-stock reserves. Exact date has not been defined yet and will be different frequency from frequency, but it surely is coming. Now, don't worry, we will service the radio for 10 years after the last new one is built, but time for change is getting near, and we think you will like the possibilities brought by our new flagship radio modem, the RIPEX 2. RIPEX 2 is our newest, most capable radio modem. We introduced it in 2019 as the fastest and most powerful device on the market. Same as MR 15 years ago, same as RIPEX 1 5 years after that. RIPEX 2, again, is the very best you can get. It is built on a reliable and robust Linux foundation, featuring top speeds of 1.7 megabits per second, comprehensive security features like AES encryption, IPsec VPN, and many, many more. It operates as a native IP router capable of directing complex traffic using its 4 Ethernet ports, 1 SFP Ethernet port, set of digital inputs and outputs, and the possibility of expansion with micro PCI Express card. The expansion card can add 2 extra serial interfaces or a GPS. It can also be used to add a 4G cellular module, which makes RIPEX 2 a full-featured IP router useful in both cellular and private radio networks with the possibility of backup. Now, RIPEX 2 features a modern, fully responsive web interface, making configuration, monitoring, and diagnostics an easy and pleasant task. We make sure the web interface adjusts well to any situation you may need to use it in. It fills your large office display with important data, but it's also easy to use in the field on a mobile device. It does not matter whether is it a mobile phone or a tablet, Windows, Linux, or Apple. It runs in every modern web browser, and all functions are available for all devices, no compromise. And thanks to a modern technological stack, it responds to users' commands instantly. No reloads are needed. The admin top bar features our proprietary remote access, allowing you to connect to another device over a radio channel using our own super efficient protocol. The right side then shows changes item, notification center, and user area. It is important to point out that the RipX2 admin interface does not waste bandwidth. It collects all configuration changes in browser, and only after the user reviews them on the changes page, he or she can decide to send them to the device altogether. Left side shows unit time, which is very handy when managing units over multiple time zones, and below that is our new main menu with only 4 items. Status shows what happened since you last visited the unit at a glance. Settings collects all settings in logical and easy to follow structure. Diagnostics provides many statistics and troubleshooting tools like configurable monitoring or ICMP ping. And the last item is advanced, which allows access to the newest and experimental features of the unit. A little purple flag on the right-hand side of the screen is our built-in help system, providing detailed descriptions and tips for almost all pages. Of increasing importance in the world of data communications are hybrid networks, where a combination of cellular and radio data transfer is used. In many cases, only critical data needs to be transferred via the radio network, protected by the highest security levels and without any dependence on third-party services. Other, too big or less important information can be transferred through wider bandwidth using a cellular network. Raycom offers a full solution for hybrid networks using RipX and a 2 SIM card MIDGE cellular router. Hybrid network provides just one network interface for user applications in the center and takes care of routing between radio and cellular parts of the network. This means there is no difference in RTU connections on remote sites, because both MIDGE and RipX2 use the same set of SCADA drivers. As we discussed on the previous slide, RipX2 can be equipped with cellular expansion board, so both services can also run within the RipX unit itself. Now, it is a bit unfair to compare a decade-and-a-half old device to a current one. But for the sake of clarity, here is key feature comparison between MR series and RipX2. As you can see, RipX2 is faster, more capable, and more versatile in all aspects. And what is more, RipX2 Foundation allows us to constantly improve its features and security through regular firmware upgrades. Migration to a new technology can sound challenging. Our engineers know all about it. That is why we have both experience in migrations and a well-documented migration solution ready for you. Let me quickly give you the main points, and then Zdeněk will take over to tell you his experience from recent MR network migration he worked on. Our migration solution allows for gradual migration without an outage. Both old and new networks can run concurrently as long as needed. When polling SCADA communication is used, the same frequency for both networks can be used with just one common antenna on base stations. This allows for unprecedented flexibility in the upgrade plan. You may, for example, rotate RipX2 units in as a part of regular maintenance, buying new units only when you need them. Our migration solution uses only standard units, so no expensive special equipment is needed. Now, let me hand over to Zdeněk to tell you all about it. Zdeněk?
Yes, good morning to everyone. This is my part. Recently, we were asked by our friends from local system integrator TDC to support them in migrating the 17-year-old MR network to RAPEX 2. Their client, a water utility company from Eastern Bohemia, wished to upgrade their SCADA network controlling 14 plants and many kilometers of piping. They operate two separate radio networks based on MR25 and MR400 radios. It's important to say the network is still running smoothly and serving their needs. However, they felt the need to improve security and add new features to their SCADA network, which would not be possible with MR radios. As always, we were happy to lend a hand. Please, next slide. Okay. The client chose the safest migration strategy, gradually building a new network using a separate frequency, while in their situation, this was the most convenient option. We also fully support outage-free migration using the same frequency with our standard RAPEX 2 unit, which may be a better option for larger networks. Network built in 2003 is not all just because of the radios. RTUs and other components can be outdated too, as was the case with this project. RAPEX 2 features up to 3 serial ports and up to 5 Ethernet ports, is therefore well prepared for both legacy RTUs using various serial protocols and modern Ethernet devices. RAPEX 2 is also ready for fiber optic since the SFP interface is available. We managed to connect all RTUs to the new network while keeping many options open for future upgrades. For the moment, RAPEX 2 flexibility allowed for keeping the old pooling communication model. In the future, it's prepared for modern report by exception models. And the outcomes? Thanks to RAPEX 2 high radio performance, we were able to double network throughput and fully secure the radio layer by AES encryption. New RAPEX 2 units are ready for modern IP-enabled grid devices. The client also consolidates all assets into one network, simplifying their plan to build a second control hub. Perhaps the best is how future-proof the solution is. RAPEX 2 is a much more flexible and capable devices than MR radio. You can expect a pack of new features every few months as part of our free software upgrades. Migration to RAPEX 2 is without a question a path to future.
Thank you, Zdeněk. Thank you very much. Well, as a manufacturer, we bear the responsibility for ecological disposal of products we make. So we can offer responsible disposal of the MR units you no longer need. You will simply return the units to us, and if you'd like, we can issue the certificate that you were ecologically disposed of. No worries on your side. RACOM is compliant with both EU Waste from Electrical and Electronic Equipment Directive and local Czech legislation. Our way is inherently friendly to the environment. Yes, we need to harvest resources to make our products, but when doing so, we make sure they last. And it is not an exception for our products to last decades. We also have ability to repair all devices we manufactured in the past, because we build everything ourselves in our plant in Czechia, in the EU. Now, let me hand over to Mark.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I just want to quickly go through a brief summary of what you've just heard now and wrap it up. So, upgrade advantages. Even though the MR product line is near to the end of its life, you can easily keep your SCADA network operational for years to come with RIPEX Plus. you can still have all the benefits of a private radio network and gain, amongst other things, speed, reliability, and of course, modern security features. The setup and maintenance will be simpler and quicker using our new web user interface. Racom will handle the ecological disposal of your old MR units and provide certificates if needed. So why can't we operate our old networks for more years? Well, you can, but continued maintenance and repair can be a problem because of component availability. Just to expand on that, over time, key components become end of life. As David mentioned in his presentation, there's a particular chip on the MR called a CML chip, which is used for modulation and demodulation, and it's the heart of the radio board. And even though we buy as many as we plan for the life of the product, 15 years plus down the road, it becomes harder and harder. Is migration complicated? As Eric talked about, we and our distributors have a lot of experience migrating legacy networks to modern RIPEX. And there is some really comprehensive documentation available to you. There isn't any additional expensive hardware needed, and migration can be as quick or as slow as you like without mass outages. How to dispose of old MR radios? If you like, your old MR units will be collected and returned to Racom without cost to you. We and our distributors will take care of it. If you also like, you will then receive a certificate of compliance for your records to prove that they have been disposed of in an environmentally friendly way in compliance with the EU WEEE directives. For those of you that visit our website, you will know that it's rich with product information. And for those not yet familiar, here is a link at racom.eu. The pages contain, amongst other things, user manuals, application notes, info sheets, and product specifications. We are always actively looking for new ways of showcasing our products and providing support. And you can explore a growing library of technical presentations and tutorial videos on our YouTube channel. We are also active on social media like Facebook and LinkedIn, and 3 useful links are shown on the slide also. We encourage you to please explore the website, take a look at our YouTube content, and follow us on social media. Well, thank you. I'm just going to hand you back to David.
Thank you, Mark. And thank you all for your attention. Now, let's have a look at those questions. We haven't received very many of them. So in case there is anything you'd like to ask, please use the Q&A feature of Zoom. It's a little icon with Q&A and 2 conversation bubbles located in the control panel of Zoom. And if there's anything you'd like to ask, please do so now. We're just going to give you a few minutes. And I'm just seeing here in chat, yes, we will share the presentation with you. That shouldn't be a problem. And as I said, oh, there is one very technical question for you, Zdeněk. Would you like to take it?
Okay, I will try to answer that. This question is that typically about the mobile mode, which previously or currently provides the MR400 radios and MR25, which was based on Racom proprietary code that previously we use Morse addresses, and with the RIPEX and RIPEX2, we fully integrated the IP and IPv4 segments. And currently, we do not implement the same functionality as you know from MR4 radios for the mobile mode, but we are focusing for dynamic routing protocols, which allow us to provide not the same function, but very close to the function as you know from MR400 radios. But it's not fully ready now, it's under testing, and the outcome for that will be ready, I think, in 1 month or something like that.
Thank you, Zdeněk. Would you like to also answer the one from Richard about 24-watt RIPEX version?
I guess it's more for product management team. No, I don't think so that 25-watt RIPEX version will be available, because we are limited by the LNA at this stage, and as well of the power amplifier at the end. And because the radio using and fully customizing at 256 QAM, which needs a very stable output, we are limited by this stage that 25-watt, it's not planned for RIPEX 2, as I know at the roadmap.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I think that we can answer from anonymous attendee about the Cooper switch of plans with European operators.
Go for it.
On networks, that for RIPEX 2, we add a SFP socket, and we are supporting standard SFP modules. If this PON device or SFP module will be available, it's very easy to use it for the RIPEX, because it's thanks to the SFP slot, it's very modular.
Cool, thank you, Zdeněk. We're getting a pretty nice feedback. People are hearing good news. Okay. We're glad to hear that.
And here we have some questions from Thomas Pagos from Comre AG. Okay, there is lots of names which I remember. That for RIPEX 2, due to the security, we are not planning to open the command line interface via SSH, but we are developing and planning to start with the API devices as to mimic or open you the possibility to program RIPEX 2 devices, as you know, from the command line interfaces, but not open it fully, but make it more secure, and the API will be available via TLS library to be very secure, as you know, from the SCADA network, which is requested now.
Thank you again, Zdeněk. You're a wealth of knowledge. So, Mark, I didn't really have much time to review all the questions here. Are there any you'd like to address?
I think they're all pretty technical, David. So I think they're in safer hands with Zdeněk.
Yeah, well, I thought so. I'm feeling a little lost in the depth of the questions, and we're happy to have such a knowledgeable attendees here. So we're really glad.
Okay, if I may answer, here is one which I may answer very easily from anonymous attendee. Can you tell us what are the typical distances, RIPEX 2 and MR400? Okay, and I asked why the MR has 10 watts and the RIPEX 2 only 5 watts. That I want to correct it, because MR400 or MR160 radio modems, the output power was or is up to 5 watts. We are producing some special version with 25 watts, and MR400 using a legacy FSK 4-level FSK modulation, and RIPEX 2 provides the FSK bank type modulation and QAM, while the output power is almost the same, but thanks to the hardware or oriented devices, that there is a software-defined radio, and our developers spent a lot of time to implement it, the state-of-the-art algorithms inside for interleaving functionality, equalization at the channel, that the sensitivity is almost for 3 decibels better than for MR radios, that I can simply say that we are able to achieve with the same output and the same modulation the twice, or we are able to achieve a double distance with the RIPEX2 radio modems with the same type of the modulation.
Thank you again, Zdeněk.
Yeah,
as,
I've got
as
one.
someone mentioned here.
I'll take one just so so I have a drink of water. Tommy asks what frequencies are available, and he runs the systems at 142 megahertz. Well, Tommy, it comes in various bands, so 135 to 175 is available. We also have 285 to 335, 335 to 400, 400 to 470, and 450 to 520. So the band that you need is the 135 to 175.
Thank you, Mark. I'm sure Zdeněk appreciates you coming to rescue.
Okay, I find some next question which I may answer. Okay, from Manuel Vieira, that he asked about the control Rotary V, if we can replace it by the RIPEX2. The Rotary MRV was the special device or the computer for which was running as the center of the Morse network, and RIPEX2 is not compatible with the RIPEX2. It can be used as for the replacement.
Thank you, Zdeněk. Thank you again. Some people are asking whether we can hold a separate meeting to discuss mobile and roaming solution. And we plan on sending you a very quick feedback form after this webinar. And it does include a field where you can write your tips for the future webinars you'd like us to organize. So please make sure to include your ideas in there, and we will think long and hard how we can accommodate that. Thank you. Zdeněk, maybe one last question from Milos.
Okay. Okay. Milos asking if it's possible to send data between RIPEX and MR400 devices. That MR400 and RIPEX are not compatible at the radio layer. You can hook it up or link it up by its serial port or via the Ethernet. Yeah, but over the radio they are not compatible.
Right, and maybe one more question that is connected to the topic from Vidar. He just posted it just now.
Okay, it's question about using the RIPEX2 as a base station and combining RIPEX and RIPEX2 mixed as the satellites as the outstation, as I understand, if I understand well the questions. That currently RIPEX and RIPEX2 are not compatible at the radio layer, and this project is starting, and we are open to discuss about the network layouts which you need. And because RIPEX is almost developed 10 years ago, and we are now focusing to make a compatibility between RIPEX and RIPEX2, but currently the software is not supporting it.
Okay, thank you, Zdeněk, and thank you all. It seems we went through most of the questions. We'll make sure to review them in more detail afterwards. And in case there's something unanswered, we'll make sure to get back to you and ask them via email after this webinar. And that is all for today. Thank you for being with us. Thank to all the panelists here with me. Have a great day, stay safe, and see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.